You are at Lake Rant, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one is for Kajoro Bitterthorn, who says, "Rant about biopunk as a genre and aesthetic. When you've seen it in media, where you've seen it in media, ones you'd recommend. Why is it so rare? I have only seen it in Nazca and Hollow Knight. Is it a shallow concept? Genres like cyberpunk have been explored many times in interesting different ways, whereas biopunk seems to just boil down to muff forest slash cave, muff fallen society, and bugs. I think it's a lot of it is that biopunk has a lot of similarity to body horror, in that it's about like a twisting of the natural environment or of the human body. Like I think maybe this is just my own association, but like to me, it's not quite biopunk if it's just set in a like foresty world or like a fungal world. There has to be some element of like body morphing, because like in cyberpunk, really to have a pure cyberpunk, there has to be some element of body modification. Like that you're like a cyborg or some kind of memory chips, like something that makes you post-human. And I think in biopunk there should be something that makes you, superhuman, or just like have some kind of mutation away from regular humanity. So like Bioshock is a pretty good example of a biopunk game, even if the setting isn't like, super foresty, since it takes place in like an underground facility. But it heavily has the element of modifying your biology. I think there's a similarity to like transforming superheroes as well. Stuff like the Guyver. There's like a little element of similarity to biopunk in that. I would say that was more popular in the 80s. And like even like Akira, with him like morphing into the giant fucking monster thing, I could see considering that like a somewhat biopunk aesthetic as like a dressing. As for like a manga artist who specifically does what I consider biopunk in like a science fiction way, it's the guy who wrote Alien 9. And Alien 9 is definitely like a weird alien biopunk thing, that also, like, his other manga is even more insane. Like, Alien 9 is pretty, like, disturbing in a way, but, like, his other stuff is, like, a lot more disconcerting. Like, and trippy and weird, and, like kids, like, dissolving into cubes and going to other dimensions and shit, and then, like, those other dimensions are just like weird, insane biopunk settings that are super fucking wicked to look at. But like, yeah, it's like terrifying. It's like cosmic horror almost, but definitely very biopunk. So like, that's the number one I would recommend. I did a video about it way the fuck back in the 2014 video a day for a month in October. Nazca is obviously great. I definitely think there's more stuff from around that period. And yes, a lot of it does just amount to like overgrown place and bugs, but like I do think if you're looking at the body modification side of it as more of a part of it, there's something to be said for an amount of like 90s stuff and maybe some manga. But I do wish it was way more common. I love biopunk aesthetics, and I think that they're super cool. I wish that it had as much presence at least as cyberpunk does in media.